Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, guys. Welcome to Mind, Body and Soul with myself, Coach Aqeel, exclusively on VoUK TV. Really excited about today's show. Got an absolutely mega star of a guest today. We've got the CEO and founder of VoUK TV here in the studio, and we're going to be interviewing Nauman Rashid Khan today. All walks and all, no questions, no questions off limits. He's got to answer everything. It's going to be really good. So I'm really looking forward to this. But as always, before we start, make sure you click like and subscribe down below and click the alarm button so that you know when new videos come out and you can watch them first here on VoUK TV. Okay, guys, so welcome to the show. And as I said, we've got a very special guest in today. So our guest is Mr. Nauman Rashid Khan, who is the founder and CEO of VoUK TV. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
I'm going to be very polite to him because he obviously is the big boss, and I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Like it.
So he's already warned me off camera. No probing questions.
No, anything goes. Like I said, no off limits. Any questions will go.
So let's just start. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Basically, Nauman Rashid Khan.
Yeah.
And I'm married, happily married, alhamdulillah, with 4.
Is that possible, bro? I'm joking, just joking.
It's a difficult task, but it's
just remember your wife's going to be watching, bro.
Well, exactly, yeah. So yes, I have to say that, I'm happily married. Alhamdulillah, I'm happily married, and with 4 kids.
MashaAllah.
And I live with the wife and the kids, and
I should hope so as well, bro. Come on.
No, I do. Along with alhamdulillah, I've been still blessed with my parents.
Alhamdulillah.
So
alhamdulillah.
Yeah. And that's basically me in a nutshell kind of thing. But then obviously I founded this channel.
You're Manchester born and bred?
Yeah, Manchester born and bred. No, sorry. Let me correct that. I'm born in Karachi.
Oh, right, okay.
To be honest, I was born in Karachi in Pakistan.
Uh-huh.
I was, I think, about less than a year or something.
When you came
back
over?
to the UK, yeah.
Okay,
my mum was originally from the UK. She was born and bred in Oxford.
Oh, right, okay.
So when she got married to my father,
and then moved up here to Manchester.
Because he was a businessman in Pakistan.
Right.
He had a very good business with my granddad. What's it called now? Truck business kind of thing.
Oh, right, okay.
So they decided to stay there.
Okay.
But it's only when I was born they actually then decided, right, okay, let's move to the UK, and that's when I came to the UK.
Alhamdulillah.
So alhamdulillah, since then I was originally spent first 8, 9, 10 years in Oxford.
Okay.
And then I was about 10 years old, or 9 rather, when I moved to Manchester.
Well, where did you move to in Manchester?
In Manchester, I moved in Cheetham Hill, where the studio's based.
Wow, that's a big change, that, bro. Oxford to Cheetham Hill, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
How was that, man?
I mean, it wasn't any different to me. I was being a 9-year-old. I mean, I was quite happy, joyful type of kid, going to schools, and that's what it was mattered to me, in playing sports kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, the architecture is different. Yeah. Totally different to Oxford.
I suppose the environment will be slightly different as well.
Yeah, I mean, as you grow up, then you see the tendency and the differences in the environment and people. But overall, when I was younger, it was no different. So, I mean, I see Manchester. I've been here now, nearly 30 years now.
Okay.
So I see Manchester as my home.
That's your home.
Kind of thing.
That was going to be my next question. How old are you, bro?
Alhamdulillah, I'm 38 years old.
38, mashallah. Yeah. Look young, bro, mashallah.
No, that's just the beard colouring and stuff like that. That's all it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right, bro. So I'm gonna do the important stuff first, bro. So I've got some important questions to ask you, and I need you to be honest and open about these questions, okay, bro? So I've got them on my phone.
Absolutely.
Okay, and these are the questions, standard questions I'm going to ask everybody.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take a deep breath.
Yeah.
First question, bro. You need to make sure you answer these right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll try my best.
First question is apple pie, apple crumble.
Apple pie.
Come on, bro.
No, I'm just apple pie type of person. I like to have it cooked and then the nice warm inside kind of thing. So.
Okay, that's first fail, bro. All right, this is important now.
Okay.
United or City?
Oh, no doubt, United.
Okay. All right, bro. All right, you passed that one, bro.
Yeah, I was a bit worried there for a second.
All right, bro. I think you've already answered this question, though. It's a tracksuit or jeans?
Jeans, definitely.
Jeans. All right, cool. All right, are you a gym buff or a Netflix type of man?
Ooh, that's a difficult one.
Okay. Oh.
Gym, I'd say.
Okay.
Gym buff,
okay.
but with family, it's Netflix.
Netflix. All right. Okay. What's the last thing you watched on Netflix?
Bloody hell. I watched the Indian movie with the kids whilst mum and the parents were watching Ertugrul. I watched an Indian movie with them called Joker.
Okay. Do you know what? Ertugrul, man. Do you know what? Ertugrul first came out, bro. I never used to watch TV.
Yeah.
And I saw the stuff about Ertugrul. And I thought, you know what? Let me give it a try. Let me just go and see it. I just instantly hooked.
Yeah. I mean,
But it's annoying though. I'll tell you why it's annoying, because it's the same plot just with the characters mixed around. But I still sit and watch it.
the same, yeah, exactly.
And I still sit and watch it. Who's your favourite character?
Oh, Bamsi. Bamsi, no doubt.
Yeah, I like Bamsi, but I think my favourite is. No, I've got two favourites. All right, obviously Ertugrul, but what's his name? Turgut.
Turgut,
yeah. Turgut.
Yeah, he's like that.
But I actually like. It might sound strange. I do like Nauman.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in the second series now, and it's like he's been captured.
Yeah.
And he's almost got killed, and he's been released, but he's kind of like been reborn as somebody more human.
Yeah.
And is getting into this kind of like romantic poetry side.
Oh, wow.
I just think it's really, really the way that he plays the character. I really like it. I like the way that he does it as well.
Oh, wow.
I like his characteristics and his stuff that he does.
Yeah,
It's ruthless, but other than that,
yes.
I do like him.
Good.
Yeah,
they're good actors though.
yeah,
Definitely.
And I've got this thing that I do when I watch it with my son. He hates it, but what I'll do voiceovers in Jamaican. So I need to do this as a channel. I think I need to get like a Ertugrul Jamaican voiceover.
Oh wow!
Where I take the mickey out of it.
Awesome.
Okay, all right. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Okay. So what kind of tea, man?
I'm a green tea.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say
it's a thing called we have it in Asian cultures, and it's called kava.
Okay.
And it's basically just normal tea, like green tea.
Yeah.
You could call it green tea, but like obviously no milk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's kava.
Okay.
So it's very nice.
All right.
I love to have that all the time.
Sugar or honey?
Oh, sugar.
Okay.
Sugar.
Brown sugar?
No. White sugar. I know.
Okay. How much sugar do you have, bro?
Ooh, that's another
so
one.
We're getting deep now,
We're deeper now. I'd say around about 2.5 sugars.
I suppose that's not too bad, I suppose.
Yeah, sometimes I push to 3, but depending how the day
bro,
is.
you're on camera here, bro. Your kids can comment in and say, actually, Dad, you have this many.
Yeah, I'd say
kids, Nauman's kids, if you're watching this and you know that Dad has more sugar than this, please drop us a comment so we can expose him. Yeah. Okay.
But there's another type of tea that I always have at night. I have to have.
I know what tea this is. I call it Gujarati because it's the one with the milk that you boil for ages.
Yes.
Do you know what, right? Whenever I go away and I have that, I fall asleep.
Yeah, that's
standard.
It's for me. That's it. You know, my wife and my mum are like, no, you don't have to drink tea at night. I said, look, if I don't have it, I won't fall asleep. And it's the same with me.
I go away and like down retreats and stuff, and whenever they make that, I just fall asleep straight away. It's like a knockout pill.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Love that.
Exactly.
That's the only tea I'll drink with sugar.
Right. So again?
That's the only tea that I'll drink with
sugar.
Oh,
with sugar. Right, okay, yeah. I mean, I'll have sugar in that all the time, yeah.
Okay. All right. Favourite colour?
Blue. Navyish blue type of thing.
What are you a United fan, bro?
No, but for some reason, as a youngster, I've just always in love with this dark blue type of navy type of colour. Yeah.
Why? What does it do for you?
I don't know. For some reason, anything that's navyish dark blue will appeal to me.
Okay. And that's what, I know there's a lot of research around colours, and depending on what colours you like, reflects on your temperament. Maybe I need to go and do some research on that.
Oh yeah. Let me know what.
I think maybe blue might be to do with peace and calming because it's like the night sky. I don't know. Maybe your kids might think something different. Again, kids, if you and wife, you can text in, you can message in. If you've got any comments on this, he's looking worried now.
I know. I think the camera trying to show my eyes.
All right, bro. This is a really important question now, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Samsung or iPhone?
Samsung.
Yo. Yes. So now, are you watching? Samsung, bro.
Samsung. Definitely Samsung.
Okay. Home cooking or takeaway?
Home cooking.
Oh,
home cooking.
All right. If your wife wasn't listening,
what
would you have said? Because I can see you thought about
this. Because takeaways are like once a week.
Okay.
So home cooking is 6 days a week kind of thing. So I'm more for home cooking. But I have to have a takeaway once a week.
I think flowers are coming home tonight. I think you should have been straight away home cooking, but you hesitated. Your wife would have spotted that, bro. I'm like, what?
No, because I don't. Because they know that once a week I have to have a takeaway. That's why.
Okay. All right. A Mac or Windows?
Windows.
Windows. Okay. All right. Yeah, I used to be a Windows man, but I was convinced to get a Mac, and
you never look back.
No.
Really? Because I don't know, for some reason I just don't like the options at the bottom of the Mac.
Right.
You know? It just confuses me. I like the ones in the corner, and if I need them, I'll pull them up.
Right.
Kind of thing. But I know a lot of people do at the same boat as you when they start using Mac.
Yeah.
They do go into Macs kind of thing. So.
I think it's still a lot more stylish. And,
yeah. Well, maybe one day, if I can afford to have a Mac, I'll look into getting.
Oh dear. Okay. Final question. Glass half full or half empty?
Half full.
Half full.
Half full.
Why?
I don't know. For me, it's always a case. It has to be there.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I can't see what's not there.
Okay.
So for me, I have to see results.
So would you class yourself as a very optimistic, positive person?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, again, that we know my wife can answer better than I can. But no, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I'd like to look at it.
Okay.
You know, as positive.
Okay.
What's there, appreciate it, not think about what's not there.
So do you ever have any situations whereby something negative happens and most people might look at it as a negative thing, but then you're able to kind of see beyond that?
No, I'd say sometimes when something negative happens, it's like, like I said, I'm a person that likes to see the result, whether that's positive or negative, and I'll react accordingly.
Okay.
So that's the thing with me. So if it's a negative result, I'll react negatively.
Okay.
If it's a positive result, I'll react positively. So
Okay,
I have to see it.
Okay.
You know.
And you put it through an assessment process, then you decide whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah. And then, like, for example, people like yourselves, I'll go to them and say, look, I've got this negative situation.
Yeah.
And what do I do?
We try and help you. So you think you need help to turn it into a positive?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think personally myself, I think everyone needs help.
Okay.
People who think they don't need help, I think they're lying to themselves.
There you have it. This is Nauman Rashid Khan, CEO of VoUK TV. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back after this message from our sponsors. Don't forget, keep listening, keep subscribing, keep liking. Assalamu alaikum, guys. Welcome back. Thank you guys for tuning in to the show, the Mind, Body and Soul show, where we're doing everything about positivity and motivation and trying to speak to and interview successful people in the community so we can learn from them and get some benefit from them. I'd like to say today, we've got the main man in the studio, Nauman Rashid Khan, who is the founder and CEO of VoUK TV, who's given me this opportunity to be here. Welcome again.
Thank you.
And we've got all the important stuff out of the way now. And I must say there were some very disappointing answers, but we'll talk about that later. So what I want to do now is just want to kind of ask some questions about. Just talk to me about because I'm always interested about how people become the person that they are.
Yeah.
And I believe that everything is shaped by environment, how we understand that environment. So I want to know, like,
Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing interesting, guys. I'll warn you now. If you want to make a cup of tea or anything, you can go. Now's the time to go make it. No, I mean, like I said, I moved from Oxford when I was about 9, 10. Went to schooling here. Went to Prestwich High School, which was a very recognised school at the time.
Okay.
A lot of people, parents sent their kids to that school. Once I came out of high school, I had some decent GCSEs behind me. So I went on to do A-levels.
Okay.
Got some A-levels behind me. And then went on to university.
What did you get your A-levels in?
Maths, physics and computer.
Wow! Well done, man.
I know. So, I mean, the thing is, the reason behind that was that I wanted to become an airline pilot, commercial pilot. However, over time, that just changed. And other things took priority and stuff like that. So, anyway, from A-levels, I went on to do that. I went to university to become an engineer, an engineer, qualified engineer. I got computer electronics engineering degree from University of Manchester. And then I went on to, so in the last year, what you usually do is, you're thinking, right, I've got to apply for a job now.
Right.
And so you go to job fairs and stuff like that, and you gather applications from everywhere and go online. And I started filling application forms out.
For anything?
Left, right, centre, for everything, anything. And one of the jobs I was filling out was the Foreign Office.
Okay.
So I ended up with the Foreign Office job.
Oh, right.
And before I knew it, I was in Pakistan, working as a fraud officer.
Really?
Yeah.
Was you busy?
Yeah, definitely.
So when you say fraud officer, what
so basically working in the immigration department.
Yeah.
And so you're looking at fraudulent cases that have been submitted.
Okay, so people visas. Trying to come over to the UK. Right,
yes,
okay.
Yes, so you're looking at those cases. So people would be substituting photographs into passports to pretend they were something else.
Wow.
Date of births were being changed because they make themselves look older because they're less liable to stay here, kind of thing, and so forth. Names were being changed, so and so I was a fraud officer. But after that, within 6 months, I got promoted to deputy head. Of visa.
Within 6 months?
Within 6 months, yeah, I got promoted.
Was that because you were so good at spotting all the fakes?
No, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't really say that. Probably because I probably thought, the opposite reason. Thought you can't do this, we'll just make him something else. Give him something else to do. So I got made the deputy head of visa registry in the immigration department.
Okay.
And so I was there for about 2 years.
Wow.
And then after 2 years, came back.
So you're actually based in Pakistan?
Yes, Islamabad, yeah.
Okay.
So I was there for about 2 years. Then ended up back here, joined the police force.
Okay.
Moved across to the police force. Did patrolling in uniform for about 3 years.
Okay.
Around this region again.
Around your area as well?
Around my area, yeah.
How was that?
It was good. It was all right. It wasn't that bad actually, to be honest. I didn't come across many people I knew.
Okay.
To be honest.
At that time, so what time of year we're talking about? Because how was
the
relationship with
2007, from 2007 to about 2010.
So that's obviously that's post Martin Lawrence and all the issues around institutionalised racism in the police stuff. So how were you received by your community in terms of when you say, right, hey, I'm a police officer?
I think people were proud.
Yeah.
To be honest, people were proud to see me walking around in uniform or driving around in a police car.
Yeah.
Stopping outside their houses, talking to them and all that stuff. Although I was a response officer, which basically meant that I was going to 999 calls, emergency calls all the time. So you won't get time to engage with the community.
Right, okay.
So you go from one job to another, Russian blues and twos, blaring. But when I did get downtime, I would go engage with the community and stuff like that. And people found that really appealing, to be honest. So people, who knew me as a youngster growing up, and now they see me in uniform, they were quite pleased.
Because we generally, in BME community, it's kind of like a weird relationship with the police, because on one hand we will watch all these TV shows where the police are the hero and we love it, but then when someone from our community goes into the police, it's almost like the police are on that level. The police are hated. I understand that it's been problematic relationships with the police for a long time, but we've got to make our minds up,
Yeah, I mean, even the ones that were in trouble with the police, the youngsters that I grew up with, they were all right, like, how are you doing, you okay, and all that stuff, kind of thing. So it was a good relationship, to be honest. And obviously there's a rule there. If you were to go into a job and you met someone that you knew, you try to vacate.
Right. Okay.
Get an officer to deal with it.
Get yourself a compromise.
Yeah. So you're not having to deal with a situation where you think it's complicated. You're going to get complicated.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times that happened. If I knew the name popped up on the radio and I knew, I know that person, I'll back out. Yeah. I'll radio up saying that I know that person, so
Right.
is this one else to deal with it? And I think obviously if it was a 9/9 emergency, I would still go.
Yeah.
But if it was a less important deal,
You could try and pass it on to a
pass on
colleague.
to someone else. So, but it didn't happen as often as I thought it would.
Yeah.
It would. But it was good. It was good fun. I loved it. Then I became a detective in counter-terrorist unit.
Okay.
So I was there in the counter-terrorist unit for about 3.5 years.
Wow. Okay.
Or maybe 4 years.
That was really interesting.
It was brilliant. I mean, we worked in London, we worked all over the country, kind of thing. We were in the surveillance unit. So as a detective,
It was like doing like steakhouse and stuff.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Lots of takeaway.
It's nothing like what you see on 24. The TV series 24. Nothing like that at all. They take all the boring parts out, and they solve a terrorist plot within 24 hours. Kind of thing. It never works that way. So it never works that way. It's a long-winded process.
Right.
It's a long process. It takes a long time. But obviously, for obvious reasons, I can't go into much detail about it.
Yeah.
But it was good fun. I loved it. It was probably the good time of my life, kind of.
Right. Okay.
Kind of thing. But then I decided that no, police wasn't for me. I'll move to something else. So I decided, right, I'm going to take a break, and then I decided to teach.
Okay.
I became an English teacher, a TEFL teacher.
Okay. Yeah.
And I went to Saudi Arabia. I
subhanallah.
taught there for about 4 or 5 months. And
How
with
was
me,
it?
it was good. It was very good. I made really good friends over there.
Yeah.
A lot of the teachers were from UK.
Yeah.
Expats who were living there teaching English. And I ended up in University of Dammam,
Okay.
teaching the medical students English.
Oh wow.
So it was awesome. You're teaching these very clever kids English kind of thing. And so it made my life a lot easier. Already switched on kind of thing. But I had a very good group of friends that I made there. But I only taught for about 4 or 5 years, and for me, Saudi Arabia, living there wasn't for me.
Right. How was it? I mean,
Dammam itself is very, very liberal.
Okay.
Compared to the rest of the country.
Right.
Where Riyadh, which is about 2-3 hours drive away, is very conservative.
Right.
Because Dammam is more of a tourist, and you've got this link road to Bahrain.
And
it's interesting because a lot of the Saudis, locals, would actually on weekends, on Thursday evening, will drive into Bahrain.
Right.
Because Bahrain's a lot more liberal.
Right. Okay.
They've got cinemas. They've got cinemas. They've got clubs.
And Bahrain's that's a different country.
It's a different country. It's a small island.
Right.
A very small island.
Right.
You could probably tour it in a whole couple of days, kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
But it's very liberal. So you're allowed to do a lot more stuff. So a lot of us locals will go into Saudi.
Let the hair down.
Let the hair down, kind of thing, or let the jubba down. That's the kind of thing. So they'll enjoy it, and then they'll come back on Sunday mornings or Saturday evenings into Saudi. So that's why, because of that, and also the Aramco, the oil company.
Yes.
They're based in Dammam, just outside Dammam.
Okay. Yeah.
So they had a lot of expats.
Foreign workers.
Exactly. Yeah. So Dammam had to be a bit more.
Loose, obviously it's all kind of like changing.
Yeah, to accommodate them.
Yeah.
But still, they were still, for example, in the malls, you couldn't go on your own into a mall, or a group of lads couldn't go into a mall on their own.
Really?
Yeah, they had fixed times when you could do that.
Oh, wow.
Because they had family time. They had,
right, okay.
So
there's still that idea of like segregation.
So segregation was still there, kind of thing. And women had to be covered up all the time anyway. Not essentially with the veil, but the hijab and stuff like that. So they still had to wear that kind of thing.
Interesting.
So it was good. I spent 4 or 5 months there, made really good friends. But again, it wasn't for me, so I came back and was in immigration at the airport.
Okay.
For about a year. Spent immigration at the airport for a year. Again, made some really good colleagues, friends, and then moved on to business again.
Okay. And this is where you kind of like...
so I basically opened a translation business.
Okay, brilliant.
And really worked hard on that. Even to this day, sometimes, initially when I started off, it was 7 days a week.
Yeah.
12, 14 hours a day.
Yeah, working really hard.
Really hard, you had to, because there's a new business and you got to establish it. So I did that for about 3-4 years.
Okay.
And then earlier this year, towards the end of last year, I came with this.
Well, let me stop you there, because we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back and we'll get to the juicy part of the story now, where you set up all the idea behind VoUK TV and how you, the things that you went through to actually set it up. So, This is Nauman Rashid Khan. This is Coach Aqeel here on exclusive on VoUK TV, talking to the CEO and founder of VoUK TV. We'll be right back after this break. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and the alarm button so you get to see the videos as soon as they come out. See you after the break. Assalamu alaikum, guys. Welcome back to Mind, Body and Soul with me, Coach Aqeel, and our big boss, Nauman Rashid Khan, founder and CEO of VoUK TV. And he's been telling us about his his life story, and we're kind of getting to the point now. He talks about all the amazing jobs that he's done, serving this country and the community. And now we're getting to where he's about to conceive the idea of VoUK TV. So just talk to me, why did you do this?
VoUK TV. I mean, the idea was always at the back of my head, kind of thing. I mean, it's where I met yourself originally, Heritage Radio.
Okay, yeah.
So I did voluntary presenting there with yourself alongside yourself, and so it came from there anyway. I mean, for a long time it was there, and when I was doing Heritage Radio, I prompted them as well to let's do something more productive on TV and stuff.
So I was going to explain. Heritage Radio is a local community radio station which has just got its FM license, so it's got a much wider scope. And we're both presenters on there.
Yeah, proudly presenting.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So the idea was always there because I always thought media was a very influential medium to speak to people.
Yeah.
And people do use it in a very good way.
Yeah.
And some people do use it to their own advantage and use it in a very bad way.
Yeah.
To get their messages across. My intention was to basically engage with the youngsters more than anything else that have grown up in this country.
Right.
Whether they're African, Asian, Malaysian, Chinese, whatever they are, to engage with them on this medium and to show them that you can take your beliefs and the worldly desires together.
Yeah.
As long as they're appropriate.
Yeah.
And they're acceptable.
Yeah.
So it's not a case of keeping your worldly desires and go forward with them all the time and leave your beliefs or your religious beliefs or anything else or Islamic beliefs behind.
It's how they both fit together.
How they fit together.
Complement each other.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And how and one of the other thing was how a lot of the religions or a lot of the beliefs are very similar.
Yeah.
And I won't be afraid to say this, but I'll say it, is that it's how our leaders, if you want to call them the belief leaders or religious leaders, have put it across to show that we are different.
Yeah.
For their own gains or for their own political gains or religious gains, whatever, how different we are.
Yeah.
And that's not the case.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, I mean, my dad, very simple guy, alhamdulillah. He follows Islam very religiously, I think. So once he gets asked as to say, what are you? He'll say Muslim. And they'll say, okay, which part of Muslim are you from? Sunni, Wahhabi, Shia, whatever. And he'll just say Muslim.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. You know, so he won't go into those smaller bits.
Yeah.
And people have challenged him and said, why, you know, are you Sunni or not? Or are you a Wahhabi or Shia? He goes, no, I'm a Muslim.
Yeah.
I believe in the Prophet and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah.
Okay. And he goes, I have not got enough knowledge to distinguish myself to say whether I'm Sunni, Wahhabi or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes, I can spend my whole life and still won't be able to distinguish. Studying Islam, and will still won't be able to distinguish between Sunni, Wahhabi, and Shia.
Yeah.
He goes, because Islam is so open to interpretation that I can choose, I can make my own group if I wanted.
Yeah.
So he goes, what's the point? What's the point of me going to make my?
We have the message. We have the way of the Prophet.
Exactly, and that's what really counts for it.
I've actually had this before, where not long after I converted, I was on a bus and I met this guy. And he was asking me if I was a Muslim, and you go for that conversation. And then he asked me, "What type of Muslim are you?" And I knew exactly what he was on about, but I'm a Muslim.
Yeah.
And I just kept repeating it, and he just got really angry.
Yeah.
Well, bro, I'm a Muslim.
Doesn't matter.
You don't need to complicate. Why are you trying to complicate it?
Exactly.
Because normally when people are asking that question, they've got some ulterior motive behind it.
Absolutely. And you know, and there was a very good clip. So someone made it. You know, these memes that happen, and they ask him, are you Sunni? And he goes, yes, Sunni. He goes, okay, are you Deoband or Brelvi? And he goes, Brelvi. And he goes, okay, are you Brelvi, such a Brelvi or such a Brelvi? And he goes, I'm such a Brelvi. And he goes, okay, are you such a Brelvi or such a Brelvi? You know, and they were carried on. And then at the end, the concept was basically, and he goes, I'm such a Brelvi. And he goes, oh, then you go far.
And pushed him in the water.
Pushed the water.
My friend told me about it.
Yeah, there you go. You know, and you think, how is that saying kind of thing? You know, how does that make sense kind of thing? You know.
So you set this channel up so that people can then have a voice and kind of like talk and be themselves.
Yes.
Obviously within the boundaries of Islam.
Yeah.
And help to promote Islam.
Even like when I've spoken to the presenters and I've come on and I said, look, you're free to do anything, because we did a show just pre-COVID, and when we've had a bit of bad luck, to be honest, with the channel, because we'd started recording just before COVID-19.
Yeah.
And then because of COVID-19. We've had to suspend all the recordings,
right?
The launch and everything. We had to suspend it. But prior to just into COVID-19, as we entered COVID-19, there was no lockdown in place, but there was social distancing introduced. We introduced a show called Belief, VoUK's Beliefs, or Belief in Voice or something like that, or Voice in Belief. I can't remember the show. It's like a show name, but that show was for people of other faiths,
right?
To display the point. So we actually recorded a show with the church, Church of England. You know, we went there to the church, and the priest there and the assistant priest, they both sat down and did a show.
Yeah, brilliant.
You know, on their beliefs kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not a case of, you know, it's just Islam and stuff like that.
Is that show going to continue?
Well, I hope so. I hope so. Well, once we come out of this COVID-19 and social distancing stuff, we'll continue that show.
Yeah, brilliant.
Because our objective was to go to synagogues, go to churches, go to temples, go to gurdwaras, go to other people, and ask them to portray their own beliefs.
Yeah.
You know, so we're open. Yeah. And as long as not criticizing any other religion or other beliefs.
And looking for the similarities as well.
Oh, exactly, similarities. That's the case of it. So to show people we're not very different from each other kind of thing. It's just over time, something develops and come across.
I suppose it's about developing tolerance for each other and understanding. Because when we have understanding and tolerance, then there's a lot more scope to do things together and to kind of come to a common goal, as opposed to you're this, we're that, and never the twain shall meet kind of thing. And
it's again with VoUK TV, it's the intention of gathering people's attention, and whether that's through nasheeds, movies, or anything at all. If we can get copyrights to show movies and stuff like that, we'll do that. Yeah. Because you know, it's like in Islam, there's nowhere it says that you can't go watch a movie. You can't do that. Yeah. As long as you're not taking negative or any vibes from that thing, it's fine to do so. Yeah. You know, so as long as it's not affecting your mental thoughts or anything at all, or changing your thoughts about stuff, then you're fine to do it. That's entertainment. Because if you start saying, you know, movies are wrong and all that stuff is wrong, then where do you stop? Yeah. TV is wrong. In that sense, then. This show may be wrong. You know, so
there are some people that think the TV is the shaitan. The shaitan's got one eye, and you plug the arrow in, it's one eye.
Well, exactly. You know, how do you change that then? I mean, then walkie-talkies are wrong. You know, because one person in the same could say something wrong, and that could infiltrate your brain or message or your thoughts. So they're wrong. So in a sense, everything's wrong. Then phones are wrong. then because you communicate with people,
Yeah.
and they could say, oh, you've been monitored and all that stuff. Well, yes, but as long as you're not doing anything wrong.
I think for me, I think as long when people have got something in here, something wrong there, then all this kind of stuff will come. So whatever's in that cup.
Absolutely.
And it's about just releasing all that, and just being yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think more of it is more of a community cohesion.
Yeah.
To bring the community together.
Yeah.
To show that we're not different from yourselves, and you're not different to ourselves.
Yeah.
I think we're very different. I mean, like for example, I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm actually pretty proud to say it. The team that we have in VoUK, we're a very multicultural team here. We've got Christians that work for us.
Okay.
We've got Hindus that work for us. We've got Muslims that work for us.
MashaAllah.
And we've got Christian, other religions that work for us as well.
Yeah.
So we're not afraid to do it. And
that's brilliant.
If these people thought that Nauman's got a very underlining message.
So you're practicing what you're preaching, basically.
Well, absolutely,
you're walking the talk.
Absolutely. Why not?
Sorry, my earpiece just fell out there. I don't know what's going on there.
So why not? If we can portray that message to people and say, look, we should have this tolerance of other people's beliefs and stuff like that, and then we're not very different to yourselves, and we can work together. So I'm showing it.
Yeah.
I'm showing that to people as an example that we can do this.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah.
So that's the bottom line, basically. So I'm trying to lead by example.
So next question: so how do you get? How does someone, if they want to present, they've got an idea for a show, how does somebody get involved?
You just email us. Us, or there's a WhatsApp number. If you go into our Facebook page or website, if you just Google VoUK TV. Or Voice of UK TV, and our website and Facebook or Twitter or Instagram accounts will pop up. And if you just send us a message, there's a guy who monitors the messages all the time.
Okay.
During daytime,
Mm-hmm.
and he will respond to you. And he'll tell you like, okay, if you're a club presenter, you need to just give us your details, and we'll get in touch with you, and we'll get you into a studio.
Yeah.
We'll get into the studio, so you get to see the studio, you get to see the team who you'll be working with, and you just sit down and have a chat and say, this is what I want to do. As long as, like I said, there's no discrimination against any other person within your show, we're happy to accommodate it.
Yeah.
We're not afraid to say, no, we're not going to do that. So we'll accommodate you, not a problem at all. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Brilliant. So there you have it, folks. If you fancy yourself as a presenter, you think you want to have your voice heard, you want to talk about a particular topic, or you want to provide a service for a particular type of community, then get in touch with the team here, drop us a message, and we'll get back to you. And it's really that easy. And I've got to say, it is a really friendly team. And when I first got the message to Nauman, we got a mutual friend, Dawood from the local mosque, and Nauman was asking for presenters. And at the time I was doing my health and fitness side of things. And I originally came here to do a fitness show, but then kind of like talk to Nauman about kind of my wider vision in terms of helping people, not just with the physical, but the mental, social, and the spiritual. And here we are, 6 months later, I've got my own show, and it's really good. So if you've got it in your mind that actually I've got an idea that I want to get out to the public, I want to speak out, especially if you're a young person, so we really want to encourage young people to come forward and voice their opinions, and let's hear what you've got to say. Please do get in touch. Maybe we can put at the end of the show, we'll have the details going on the bottom of the screen. But we're going to go for another last quick break. So again, click like, subscribe, and alarm button. And like I say, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think about the show. Tell me how great I am, how great my show is. And I'm just joking.
No, definitely. Do
okay. We'll be right back after this break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was Assalamu alaikum, welcome back guys. Thanks for staying tuned in. This is me, Coach Aqeel, exclusively on VoUK TV, Mind, Body and Soul, and we're still here with the Supremo. This is the Maxwell of Cheetahville. Nauman Rashid Khan, founder and CEO of VoUK TV, and we've just been explaining how he got started with VoUK TV. And I just wanted to ask him now, what's your vision for VoUK TV?
I mean, the vision is very simple. I want the community to come forward and lead this channel. And if we've got sponsors out there who can come out and sponsor shows and the channel itself as well, that'd be really great. It'll just give us a extra funding so that we can do a lot more stuff than what we can't.
I just point this out as well that he's not mentioned this, but I know that Nauman, he does everything here, so it's all his own money. We used to have, when I first came, there was like where we sat now, there was like, this is where the booth was, where the cameraman and all the back scene guys would be. And I remember it was Ramadan. We used to have these screens on the wall, green screens on the wall, so we could do the green screen. And it was Ramadan. I remember one day I came in and it all changed. So the booth had gone, the walls were all painted green, and everything had just been transformed. And he'd come in through Ramadan in the daytime when he was fasting and just re-gutted the whole room, redecorated it, just so we could keep the shows going. So I know that he does put a lot of time, a lot of effort in. I know that he believes in his dream, that it's gonna happen. We've talked about this. So what we really need is for people from the community to come and, obviously presenters come and present, but then also for business to come and sponsor a show to make it so it's easier on the production costs, so that we can then make this a channel for you, by you. Get behind Nauman Khan, get behind the VoUK TV, because I know this guy. He's a humble guy. He's not gonna. I messaged him. I had a guest planned for today, but they pulled out last minute, and I messaged him this morning. What time was it? 5 o'clock this morning after Fajr. Yeah. I said, look, man, I need to interview you. And the first thing, look, I've got nothing to say. No one's going to be interested. He's a very humble guy. He puts a lot of 110% effort in this place, and I really commend him for that. And so we need you, the community, to get behind him and to help make this happen, because this is, like I say, this is not for him. This is about you guys.
Absolutely. I mean, the objective of this channel is, I'll be honest with you, is not to make money from it.
Yeah.
I'm putting my own funds towards this channel at the moment, but we need people from the community to come forward and fund it and bring it forward, kind of thing, as a community channel, so it can be seen worldwide. At the moment, we are working towards, we are 24 hours.
Okay.
We are transmitting 24 hours on our website and so forth, but hopefully we'll be getting out there into other cable providers. Okay. Not just nationwide, worldwide.
Okay.
So it's going to
go potential there is to kind of really expand the blow up.
Absolutely. So it's worldwide. So we're not going. I'll be honest with you, we're not thinking of going to the sky or anything like that. So we're going on more on social, internet kind of thing, where we'll be worldwide on internet protocol channels, basically. Okay. So it's a new trend where people hold servers of channels across the world, and they display your channel on there. Okay. Okay. So
anyone from anywhere in the world,
will be able to access it. They can find it on the apps and all that stuff, and they can watch it, kind of thing. So it's more towards, so we can accommodate the needs of the community, kind of thing, to come forward. So like I said, we started off with one person and myself. Right. Now we've got 2, 3, 4 people now. Okay. That work for the channel.
Okay. And how many presenters now?
Presenters, bloody hell. I'd say around about between 10 and 12 presenters.
I mean, so it's from when you first started to now, how long's it been?
Well, again, we started around about March.
Okay.
But then coming in, because of COVID-19, everything got stopped. And as you know, a lot of the shows...
So this has all happened within 5 months?
Within 5 months, with breaks.
With Ramadan and COVID-19 still. So this guy is pushing this agenda. So any of you businesses out there, get on board now. And this is not an advert. This is just get on board now before it blows. When it blows up, it's going to be all over the place.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. I've got a confession. I really want, when you were talking about the jobs that you've done and stuff, and you were talking about the police and stuff. I want to obviously I want to ask questions like, have you done any police chases? Have you ever have you used the gun in the police force? That's what's all. People asking this question all the time. Okay, so have you got any like interesting stories from your days working?
Yeah, I mean, there's several stories, but I run one story that really stays in my head all the time. I would say is if Chaz, who basically when I joined the cops and it was in uniform, Chaz was a very experienced officer.
Okay.
And he took me under his wing.
Okay.
Kind of thing, as such, and we'd partner out kind of thing to jobs and stuff like that, you know, and he had about 2-3 years to retire.
Right.
So he's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
And if he's watching this, Chaz, really appreciate your time and your
maybe
help.
Chaz, if you are watching this, maybe you can come on and you can tell us some stories about this.
So, yeah, I'm sure he's got lots. Well, there was one incident where we basically went to a concern for welfare.
Okay.
And that's basically comes for when someone's not responding to their daily checks or anything like that. So it could be the social services checking on someone, like an elderly gentleman or a lady or kids or whatever kind of thing. So we had a concern for welfare that a neighbour called saying I've not seen a neighbour for the whole day kind of thing, usually in and out from his house all the time, flat. So we turned up, me and Chaz turned up, and I think it's about 6 o'clock in the morning or something. Right. So, you know, the neighbours have noticed that for a whole day this person's not been out.
Right.
So it was a bit concerned. So we thought, okay. So anyway, we got there, and the first thing we do is obviously look out through the windows and doors, shout, and anything like that, so we can hear something. And we did that, and eventually we got to the back of the house.
Yeah.
We call the paramedics. Paramedics get turned out as well, just in case there is something unforeseen happening. So once we're there, and we look through the window, and from the side of the window, we could see there's a person lying in the hallway. So we got worried at first. We
thought, this guy's collapsed or something.
Yeah. Anyway, we knocked on the window, and he was half asleep. So anyway, we knocked on and shouted, "Help, help!" And I said, "Is anyone there? Are you okay?" And he got up and he goes, "Yeah, I'm here. Okay, so what's happened? You know, are you able to breathe? Are you not able to move?" "Yeah, I can't move. I've fallen off." And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "So what have you fallen off?" He goes, "I've fallen off the toilet seat." And okay, so alhamdulillah, bless him. You know, he was a wheelchair user. So, well, because he's come his toilet seat, he couldn't get up back again. Anyway, so we and Charles are looking at each other, and behold, by that chance, a new student officer turned up, thinking, maybe he could spend the last hour of his shift with this job helping us, kind of thing. So we and Charles looked at each other and thought, okay, brilliant, easy, yeah. So we send him in. So anyway, he gets there. I'm not going to call his name, real name, just because I think he works in a very different COVID department now. So I've called him for the argument's sake, Tim. So we said, "Tim, come over, and we've got this thing." And Tim, look, this guy's lying on the floor. So Charles goes, "Right, okay, what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw a brick through the window." And first he brought a ram
to try to knock the door down.
To knock the door down, and the door was one of those council doors, really thick doors. We couldn't get it down, so we thought, look, we need to break the window. Anyway, so we break the window, and there's Tim. We tell him, "Tim, go, get the front door open," kind of thing, so we all can come in, like the paramedics and all. Anyway, Tim goes in, climbing through this glass scattered window kind of thing, smash window. And he goes in there, and me and Chaz start talking to each other, just our generals, we're just waiting for him to open the door. And anyway, the next thing we know, we hear Tim shouting, "Help, help, help." And we're thinking, what's going on here? And Tim said, basically, we look into the window, I said, "Tim, what's wrong?" He goes, "I can't find the bloody keys to the door." And I said, "Well, get the window open or something." He goes, "Well, there's no lock on the window, there's nothing on it." And he goes, "And it smells." so basically, this gentleman, he's fallen off during the day sometime. And obviously
he's been there all the time.
He's been all that time, and obviously he's had the unknown desirable feces attaching up, and he's been crawling himself across the path. So this feces all around the flat now. So this guy, we see Tim, all he's doing is chasing up and down, trying to just breathe, basically. It was hilarious. It was one of those things that we thought, bloody hell, I'll never forget that.
There you have it. I'm not going to title that one. It's probably make it X-rated, this one now. Let's make it 18. So this has been an amazing interviewing Nauman Rashid Khan, who was the founder of VoUK TV, and talked about his kind of like upbringing and then his vision to help people And that's the thing that I'm really big on. You know, we have this idea of 6 human needs, and 4 of them are general, and then 2 of them are specific to us. And one of them is to where you want to contribute and give something back beyond yourself. And this is what I see that you're doing now.
Okay.
So, you know, all I can say is that I'm very glad that you did start this off, because it's given me this opportunity to be here. And my aim is to always serve people. And, you know, this is an opportunity for anyone out there who's got something to say, wants to raise awareness, wants to bring people to the forefront. Get in touch with VoUK TV. Let's get you on, let's get you in, get you on, and get your voice when get you speaking to the public. Okay? So, unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show. It's been really enjoyable. I've really enjoyed listening to your stories. And I'm sure you've got many more. I think we'll have to do a part 2 to listen to some of these police stories and some of your dodgy forgery stories in Pakistan. I'm sure you've got quite a few of them. But for now, we're going to sign off. But as always, please, guys, make sure you like the link below, subscribe, and click the alarm button. And also share these videos with your friends and colleagues who would benefit from them. I'm all about helping people through physical, in terms of my exercise routine, keeping people healthy, keeping people fit, through spirituality by, you know, calming your heart, keeping your soul pure and clean, and just helping you to be more present in life and so you can get the most from it. And that's what Mind, Body and Soul is all about. So if you've got any ideas about what you'd like to see on the show or any comments, please comment below, send us a message, and we'll be back here next week. Peace out, people. Assalamu alaikum.